Dino, the ports are on strike. I think they went on strike last night. Is this going to ruin Christmas?
Yeah.
What do you think? Is Christmas
Okay.
ruined?
The port strikes, no, it's not all the ports, right?
Right.
So it's not, it's only stuff coming in from, probably like Europe or
On
the
the East
Atlantic.
Coast.
Yeah,
right?
because it comes through, it's all the ports, Baltimore, all that, all the way through the Gulf ports, right? We're not affected over here. Our unions here
On the West
made a
Coast.
deal already, and they're different union. They already made a deal. They're good. A lot of our stuff here comes from China, so we're technically still okay. But cars, Baltimore is the biggest car port. I heard Delaware is like the biggest banana port on the East Coast. And everything's gonna get affected. Everything. It just because it's only a couple of things. It's everything. Your store shelves are gonna 50%. I think of
Why
all
does
the
this
ports
drive
striking.
prices up?
Why?
Yeah.
Okay, so supply and demand, right? Both, let me just take a step back. It's not only stuff we import can't come in, it's also going stuff we export can't go out. But the stuff you import can't come in, it's a supply disruption. It's a bottleneck in your supply chain, right? Imagine a container load of stuff that's supposed to go to Target, right? It sits at the port. You're not restocking your shelves, right? Things are gonna get more expensive. You're cutting the supply off, right? What happens when you curtail supply and you have an equilibrium in your supply and demand? Prices go up. It's standard. And then the other reason why prices also will go up is, a lot of the shippers now will divert their shipments. Like you got a boat on the, in the middle of the Atlantic right now or coming closer to port, they're gonna be told like, hey, go around, go to another port that's not struck, come around to the other coast potentially. It's gonna cost a whole lot more fuel. So they're gonna have surcharges on the importers. And then also all these containers out there sitting can't be unloaded. There's what they call demurrage fees. Every time you don't clear a container over the minimum period of time you're given, they charge the importer. Hey, you gotta pay. So what happens? Just like tariffs, right? They get charged more. They bump the price up eventually.
And we pay for it.
It's inflationary. Strikes like this, it's a huge strike. 50% of container loads come through these ports that the strike's going on, and half of the stuff that comes into this country, right? So cars, Baltimore's the biggest car port. You're gonna have a disruption in cars. All these dealers waiting for cars for the Christmas season.
Back to COVID.
Yeah, well, we don't know. I mean, it just happened. So how long is it gonna take?
Is there anything we can do about this?
There's this thing called the Taft-Hartley Act that the Taft-Hartley, I think it was called, something like that. The president can stop it. He has the power because of that act to come in and say if this strike, has a negative effect on the public health or the safety of the U.S. economy or something like that, he can, establish a reason and then tell them that, hey, and enact, like I guess it's an executive order or whatever, or enact the act, whatever, and basically put a cooling off period. Like say, hey, you guys go figure this out, but you can't strike. You go negotiate, but you're not allowed to strike. But this administration is a big proponent of collective bargaining, which is unions, right?
Right.
So he already said he's not going to do that. And he's telling them go negotiate, but he's not going to enact that. So they struck last night. That's at midnight.
Do you think they'll come to a solution?
I don't know, man. Eventually they will. It's playing hardball. Eventually they will. But how long? Who knows? I mean, no idea.
All right.